Along the Corridor, Chapter 22. Well, 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 sighed Mr. Willy Wonka. Two naughty little children gone. Three good little children left. I think we'd better get out of this room quickly before we lose anyone else. But Mr. Wonka, said Charlie Bucket anxiously, will Violet Beauregarde ever be all right again, or will she always be a blueberry? They'll dejuice her in no time flat, declared Mr. Wonka. They'll roll her into the dejuicing room machine, and she'll come out just as thin as a whistle. But will she still be blue all over? Asked Charlie. She'll be purple, cried Mr. Wonka. A fine rich purple, from head to toe. But there you are. That's what comes from chewing disgusting gum all day long. If you think gum is so disgusting, said Mike Teeth, then why do you make it in your factory? I do wish you wouldn't mumble, said Mr. Wonka. I can't hear a word you're saying. Come on, off we go. Hurry up, follow me. We're going into the corridors again. And so saying, Mr. Wonka scuttled across the far end of the inventing room and went out through a small secret door hidden behind a lot of pipes and stoves. The three remaining children, Verica Salt, Mike Teeth, and Charlie Buckets, together with 5 remaining grown-ups, followed after him. Charlie Bucket saw that they were now back in one of. Look, they're going to the doors. Grandpa Joe's so tall. Those long pink corridors with many other pink corridors leading out of it. Mr. Wonka was rushing along in front, turning left and right, and Grandpa Joe was saying, Keep a good hold of my hand, Charlie. It would be terrible to get lost in here. Mr. Wonka was saying, No time for any more messing about. We'll never get anywhere at the rate we've been going, and rushed down the endless pink corridors with his big black top hat perched on the top of his head and his plum-colored velvet coattails flying out behind him like a flag in the wind. They passed along another door, then another and another. There were doors every 20 paces or so along the corridor now, and they all had something written upon them. And strange clanking noises were coming from behind several of them, and delicious smells came wafting through the keyholes, and sometimes little jets of colored steam shot out from the cracks underneath. Grandpa Joe and Charlie were half running and walking to keep up with Mr. Wonka, but they were able to read what it said on quite a few of the doors as they hurried by. Edible marshmallow pillows, it said one. Marshmallow pillows are terrific, shouted Mr. Wonka as he dashed by. They'll be all rage when I get them into the shops. No time to go in, though. No time to go in. Lickable wallpaper for nurseries, it said on the next door. Lovely stuff, lickable wallpaper, cried Mr. Wonka, rushing past. It has pictures of fruits on it. Bananas, apples, oranges, grapes, pineapples, strawberries, and snoozeberries. Sorry, that should be snozberries. Snozberries! Snozberries? Said Mike Teeth. Don't interrupt, Mr. Wonka. The wallpaper has pictures of all these fruits printed on it. And when you lick the picture of a banana, it tastes of banana. When you lick a strawberry, it tastes of strawberry. And when you lick a snozberry, it tastes exactly like a snozberry. But what does a snozberry taste like? You're mumbling again, said Mr. Wonka. Speak louder next time. On we go. Hurry up. I feel like whenever Mr. Wonka, someone asks him a question he doesn't like, he just acts like he can't hear them, which I think's hilarious. Hot ice cream for cold days, it said on the next door. Extremely useful in the winter, said Mr. Wonka, rushing on. Hot ice cream warms you up. No, and in freezing weather. I always make hot ice cubes for putting in hot drinks. Hot ice cubes makes hot drinks hotter. Cows that give chocolate milk, it said on the next door. Ah, my pretty little cows, said Mr. Wonka. How I love those cows. But why can't we see them? Said Vericosalt. Why do we have to go rushing past all these lovely rooms? We shall stop in time, said Mr. Wonka. Don't be so madly impatient. Fizzy lifting drinks, it said on the next door. Oh, those are fabulous, cried Mr. Wonka. They fill you with bubbles, and bubbles are full of special kinds of gas. And this gas is terrifically lifting, that it lifts you right off the ground just like a balloon. And up you go until your heads hit the ceiling, and there you stay. But how do you come down again? Asked little Charlie. You do a burp, of course, said Mr. Wonka. You do a great, big, long, rude burp, and up comes the gas, and down comes you. But don't drink it outdoors. There's no knowing how high you'll be carried if you do that. I gave some to an Oompa Loompa once in the backyard, and he went up and up and up and disappeared out of the sight. It was very sad. I never saw him again. He should have burped, Charlie said. Of course he should have burped, said Mr. Wonka. I stood there shouting, Burp, you silly! Burp, or you'll never come down again. But he didn't or couldn't or wouldn't. I don't know which, but maybe he was too polite. He must be by the moon by now. On the next door it said square candies that look round. Wait, cried Mr. Wonka, skidding suddenly to a halt. I'm very, very proud of my square candies that look round. Let's take a peek. Ooh, next chapter. Fourth grade, I hope you're enjoying this book. If you have any questions for this chapter, please let me know. Or if any of the chapters I am reading, let me know so that I can answer those questions, or we can go back as a class and discuss them. You guys have a fabulous day, and remember, smile often. Bye.